CSS. Or if you simply want to learn a little bit of CSS, then this is what we'll cover in this video. Now today, what we're going to do is look at the opacity property. So let's take a look at how this works. All right, so here what I've done is got an image from Pixabay, and I have an image right here. Now, I really like the opacity property when it comes to using it within CSS. I typically use it for things like a menu, headers, and things like that, but people also use it when it comes to images. So what you might have seen over the past is, let's just say if you type in opacity and we do, again, this is a percent value. So if you do 0.5, that basically means 50% opaque or 50% transparent. So you can see since I've targeted an image, it affects both of these. Now, if I want it to only happen as I roll the mouse over, I could add that pseudo class of hover. And now I go ahead and as that's refreshed, you can see as I roll over, there it is, the opacity gets changed. Now, the other thing you could do is, since you notice when I roll over the mouse doesn't change there, I could use one of those cursor properties and do a thing like a pointer. So that's another property that I could do. And so you can see now as I roll over it, I have a cursor or a little hand. And the other thing that I could do is do a little transition. And a transition is where, it fades in a little bit. So what we could do is do like a 0.7 seconds and we ease. Okay, so now watch how nice this actually starts looking. So as I roll over and roll out, you can see how it right there as I roll in, it eases into that. Now when I roll out, it doesn't work very well, but you can see how the opacity works. If I go to 0.2, then you can see the opacity is only 20% transparent. Basically 80% of it is white. You're seeing that background right there. If I added a background to the body, let's just say body background, we'll do pink, you'll be able to see this come through. So you can see how that shows that background. So it's making it transparent, 80% transparent in fact, because you're only giving it 20% opaque. And if I do 0.8, watch what happens. You barely see it, but it's very subtle. So you can see that little bit of a difference. If I do 0.7, okay, give you an example, you can see again. So in either case, that's how it works in order to give you a little bit of a effect or transparent effect. It's really good for things that have rollovers, for buttons and all kinds of things like that. But you can also use it for images on the rollovers that some websites use. So there you go. That's the opacity property. Thanks for joining me in this training video. I hope you subscribe to me on YouTube by clicking this button right here, or best of all, get on my newsletter list by clicking this button right here. And when you get there, enter your name and email address and you'll be added to the newsletter list. That's where I share all the good stuff, including discounts to my